All right, I think we are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host, Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host, Dakota. What up, Dakota?
What up, man? Back on the road, unfortunately, held against my will, but we're still going to keep the show going. It's a little late in the week. We went to Kansas. Bubba stirred the pot. The playoffs continue, and no one's locked in. Well, I guess Christopher Bell, whatever. But we got half of the LTC here, a little RCR. Kyle Busch is number one fan. We got Coop Daddy and Dalton Good. You know who they are. Say what's up, fellas.
Hey, what's good?
Hey, we're going to get the show started. Let's get it.
Let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Hey,
Heyo.
Hey.
I'm sharing the stream right now.
I was gonna say, whose TV is on?
Oh, mine. Is it too loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're watching freaking funny movie or something. Goofy
All
movie.
right, Nick out here in the comments. What up, gangsta?
What up, dude?
Hey,
Nice to see
we got Joe Retro, who is now watching his third Dalton Good podcast apparently for the week.
Get used to me.
What a
And
fan.
of course, we got Papa Good
Papa Good.
up here. What up? What up?
Can't wait to
Nice
see
meet
Papa
you.
Good fucking this weekend, dude.
I know.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I've heard so much about Pop Good. Very excited to meet him at
You gotta
Bristol.
You gotta do a fireball shot with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do more than one if he's.
Oh,
if he's
okay.
interested.
Yeah.
He just bought a 10-pack, so
Oh,
Dude.
hell yeah.
Dude,
Look at those
he
little
sent me-
10 packs, bro.
He randomly texted me the other day, and it was just a picture of like the Fireball mini airplane shooter, like a whole pack. And I was like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
Hell yeah. What up? What up?
hey,
Oh, dude.
What's up, bro?
Papa Good's a legend. The first time I met him, I think it was the COVID Bristol race, the one Kevin won. And I got to see Dalton, and it was all like everybody did a meetup and stuff. And I'd always heard about his dad, but his dad came up and was like, "Dude, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, nice to meet you." And what's up, man? And then he's like, "Hey, man, here, you want one of these?" And he like pulled out a Fireball airplane shooter, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah!" And I hate Fireball, but I was like, for Papa Good, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And we did a shot. And he's like, "Hey, man, need a beer?" And he handed me a Miller Lite, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Have
Like-
y'all ever tried Screwball?
Yeah,
dude,
the
Screwball's
peanut
good.
butter whiskey.
Yeah, the peanut butter flavored one.
Yeah, I
That
don't
one's
know.
also good. It reminds me of Fireball with like less cinnamon or whatever. That one goes down smooth as well. So
Might have to see what's going on this weekend with that.
okay.
Severed
Joe Retro and Dalton's Good
and
dad
Vietnam,
served
right?
in Vietnam together. So that's
Okay.
Funnel
My
I mean,
leg.
dad-
that's dope.
my dad's not a Vietnam veteran, but all right.
Thank you for your service.
Uh-huh.
I wish you would have won that one for us. So anyway, let's get right into it. Obviously, we're going to talk about Kansas. We're going to talk about the playoffs. We got to talk about Bubba Wallace, but like, you know, there's a big topic I think that we're all going to want to talk about later, which by the way, I'm disappointed. I see Dalton Good over there rocking all this like 18 bullshit. I don't know if that's like for Ty Gibbs or something. I'm over here rocking nothing but 8 merch, RCR 8. I'm the real Kyle Busch fan.
Kyle Busch's newest fan.
Yeah, I'm the real Kyle Busch fan. He's the old Kyle Busch fan.
I'm still waiting on merch. Like, when's that gonna drop?
Yeah, I joke, but this shirt is Tyler Reddick, and this koozie, believe it or not, is an 8 Daniel Hemrick.
This is all I got.
That's how much 8
Christ.
shit I have.
This is all I have.
Dalton's being grandfathered in to RCR, and you're being grandfathered in to KFB.
Nah, we love our LTC boys.
Yeah, LTC for life. Yeah, man.
I
It's
will be
so-
at Bristol. I will be at Bristol.
We
Me
gonna
and
do it
Dakota,
big, Papa.
me and Dakota are gonna get there Friday, and Friday by lunch. So we will be getting wild all weekend.
Counting down the hours. I mean, literally, like,
Yeah, no, literally. I should probably
Yeah.
start packing or like preparing in any way.
no, dude. I get home tomorrow, and like Felicia's gonna be pissed, but I get
Right.
home tomorrow, and I gotta like unpack, wash clothes, and repack and leave.
Well, what they probably don't know is the plan was that we were gonna leave Thursday afternoon.
Yeah,
So
we were gonna
Dakota
leave
was
the-
gonna get home, just throw some shit in a bag, turn around and leave after being on the road for like a week. So
Yeah, I got to be a decent human being.
Yeah.
At some point.
yeah. I mean, I don't care about you as a human being, but you do have 2 kids, so I understand.
True.
All right, Kansas.
Did Coop mute himself?
I did. I didn't want to be too loud.
Why?
What?
Well, I got a homie in the living room. Just
Bush.
muted. I'll just unmute and mute. Yeah.
All
just
right, all
being
right.
respectful.
All
Respectful.
right. Man,
We want you to get loud.
Them Tennessee boys, they just so wholesome.
Can't figure their shit out.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
Fuck us.
We went to Kansas. I was really curious to how this race was going to go because the spring race was so freaking nuts. Remember the Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch battle? That race was badass. And I was like, man, like, fuck, like we don't know what to expect. We knew Toyotas would be good, and they showed the fuck up. Hendrick showed the fuck up. That's what I'm talking about, Papa Good.
Hey.
And the fucking the race was pretty good. I liked it. Somehow the playoffs and NBC, the drama never stops. It seemed like every playoff driver tried just fucking combobulating their whole race. We still got a non-playoff winner. Last week the first race we had Eric Jones doing it, and it was like, what? It's never been done. Didn't expect it again. Bubba does it. So the first 2 races of playoffs, non-playoff winners win it. 18 winners on the year. I don't know what's going on. This is literally been the weirdest playoffs.
We've got 21 total, don't we? Because of Busher, Brad, and then Blaney.
I mean, if you want to count that,
Yeah.
to each their own.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Blaney won the All-Star.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah. I'm going to go with 18. I'm going to go with 18. It's an easier, cleaner.
18.
It is
Dalton's
crazy.
favorite
though.
number.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, just remove the 1, dude.
Yep.
Coop, how are you going to respond to such allegations? As
Yeah.
you
Big,
being
big
a
beta.
beta since birth.
Big beta. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've been saying this.
Like Cody, if he went to prison for a few years for a DUI and got shredded while he was thank you.
Dakota took way too much pride in that comment. That was a
Thank
weird.
you.
I always say
Yeah, he
Cody
was like,
gets to
"Oh."
bootleg you. You're
I
like
needed
the
that.
original.
I needed that. I needed that.
Dakota's like, I look like a felon today. Thank you. All right, yeah. So, I mean, we got to talk about the race. I mean, Dakota, what do you think? You were just talking about how you were pumped up for this race because of how exciting it was.
Well,
early.
unfortunately enough, Kevin's racing 3 wide for third, and Ross Chastain Tour just blows Bubba up, and they just take the air off of Kevin straight in the wall. Nothing I can do there. I think Kevin was just happy to be in these playoffs.
He's driving like it.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, he's fast, but the luck has been insane. Like, you can't make shit up. Catches on fire, and then Bubba chops his nose into the wall. Like, it's kind of like, I don't even know what I'm like. I'm mad, but I'm like, all right, whatever. It is what
So
it
are
is.
you putting one of them at fault for Kevin's wreck, or?
I think that's a racing deal, but
Okay.
also was Ross, like, not giving anybody any room.
That's very true. Yeah.
Like, that didn't have to happen, but also Kevin did. I mean, they're all going for the same spot coming up for it. It is what it is.
I blame you for watching the NASCAR onboard camera app.
So this is some weird, crazy.
Thank you, Dalton. Thank you for bringing
Dude,
that up.
Just remind me. So, I bitched about at the beginning of the race that NASCAR's fucking onboards weren't working because they bragged about how it was going to be working. And it was like lap 15 they came on. So I was like, okay. And then I would sit there and had it play on my phone. I had scanner in my ear, and I'm watching the race on my TV. So, like, I would, when commercials came, I'd watch Kevin's onboard, and or restarts, I'd really watch it. But I was sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh, fuck, we got a crazy good restart. He went from, like, 7th to 3rd on the restart. And I was like, dude, like, we got a car. Because he went from 14th to 7th, like, off the rip, and then he was going to the top 5. Like, we were going to have a good day. And Kevin goes, he's like, I'm watching the onboard, and it's still like they're still coming to the restart zone on the TV because it's like a lap behind. But it's like the scanner's live with the onboard, and I'm just watching, and I'm like, dude, we're top of 3. Like, that's going for 3rd. Like, fuck yeah, let's go. I'm like, wow. And like Kevin just slams the wall on his onboard, and he's like, fuck, and just hits the wall head on. And I was just watching, and on the TV, they were just restarting. And I was sitting there like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
All right. So then who do you switch to after this?
So after that, I was
It gets
like,
better.
fuck. I was like, okay, well, Kevin's out. the embarrassing B-roll of him rolling the pit road. And I was like, I'll listen to my boy in tow, Reddick. I'll switch to 8 team. He's kind of in waiting. I'm going to watch the 8 car, switch to his onboard, switch to his channel. So they're like, and it's on commercial. And his spotter's like, hey, hold on to it. Guys, we got a right rear down. And Tyler's like, it's fucked. It's screwed. And I'm like, dude, this was like 20 laps later. What the fuck? So then I was like, man, who should I listen to next since this happened? I was like, I'm going to listen to 9. I didn't want to listen to 9, but I was like, I'm going to listen to 9. I listened to 9 for like 100 laps. And I was just like sitting there like, okay, this is boring. I switched to Kyle Busch because I was like, Kyle was getting up in the top 10. And I was like, I want to see how Kyle's day is because he's pretty radioactive. Like he's always on the radio.
Well, and we mentioned that he might be running really well here.
So yeah, we mentioned like he was one of our picks. Like he's going to do good, and he looked like he was going to do good. He was like up in 6 or something, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to Kyle Busch. I was on Kyle Busch for like 4 laps, and they were like, he was like, hold on to it. He's like, get it going, get it straight again, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And Kyle Busch turned it off of 4, and I was like, dude, I gotta turn this shit off. So then I immediately went back to Chase, and Chase fucking finished the race. I was so pissed.
It was the funniest shit because I was in Chicago for the weekend with the Stock Car Spec Boys and Connor, and Dakota was texting us all about it, and then he mentioned the Kevin Harvick incident. And when Tyler Reddick's incident happened, he texted us and said, I just switched to Tyler Reddick. I'm turning this shit off.
Dude, it was weird. Just 3 of the 4 guys I listened to all wrecked and had problems, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, no, I mean, clearly you were bad luck. You were the reason for all of this.
I mean,
it's all your fault.
Yeah, C Papa Good agrees.
I'm sorry.
I'm almost like, without reading Joe,
Wow, Jesus Christ. That's half offensive. Bob told me.
That's half offensive.
Yeah, are there not character limits on these comments? Like, what the
Jesus, dude. I mean, what y'all think of the race? I mean, Toyota showed out. Bubba showed the fuck up. Where did Alex Bowman come from? That was probably the biggest surprise. So Hendrick car showed out and Toyota showed out. I think Truex and Kyle Busch had the 2 best cars, but they had like 15 pit road violations. So they just never really got back to the front. Truex was blistering. He went through the field like 3 times. But
I mean, I would say Bubba Wallace clearly had the best car.
Yeah, I mean,
Denny was coming. Denny had some speed though.
Denny was coming. But my whole thing is that NBC's got to tee it up. But Denny's coming. I'm like, you think he's gonna pass Bubba?
Yeah.
No. Even if he was like catching him, I think he's gonna back off and let Bubba get that one.
Well, obviously, yeah. I think Denny was coming in like as the saving grace to make sure it didn't. But more importantly, I mean,
second, that was it.
When Bubba took over the lead, I mean, he just blew the doors off Bowman.
Yeah.
If you remember this. And then they come back out. Joey Logano takes 4 fresher tires, and he blows the door off Joey Logano.
Yeah, that's a that's so
like
weird.
I was like, what is going on, dude? Joey has the fresher tires. He took 4 fresh tires.
That shouldn't happen.
I don't know, man. Bubba's car was definitely the fastest, I think. That thing was pulling away. Nobody was catching up to him.
No, it was fast. He was a blistering pace. Like Bubba, like straight up won this race. It was pleasing to see. I was like, all right, he got the Dega win. We all know, like, he was up there fighting for the lead. Rain races are what they are. He got the dub. But this one, he went out there and laid it on the table and was like, no, like,
yeah,
I'm here. He straight up won it. It was good to see.
I know people are saying, like, it's his second win, and it definitely is his second win. I'm not trying to take away. We were at the Talladega win. I was there. But if you're a Bubba Wallace fan, this one's got to feel just a lot more special because and rain wasn't there. I mean, he battled his way up to the lead and took the win. How he passed inspection, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But I almost wanted to do a segment where I put my tinfoil hat on.
Oh yeah, just make like a big real.
Well, yeah, some of the comments,
We need to keep one under your desk, and then we'll just cheat it up.
Yeah, see, there we go. See, I need to. Maybe that should be a segment of just a conspiracy, like each week, where I put the.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah, the conspiracy segment.
Incoming. But dude, man, it was good to see Bubba. And then I was very curious of like,
Just take phone calls.
I was very curious of like, man, Bubba got this. How is he about? I was like, how is he about to act? Like, I'm very curious because Bubba's outgoing. He's, big media grab, raise that first count.
Why do they fucking shit on me all the time?
Coop, I love you,
Why?
Coop. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
dog.
dude.
I didn't
I
know.
love this comment section.
Coop, I didn't know
I
you
love
got
people
roasted
shit
on
on me, bro.
LTC like this,
I
man.
was fine. I was totally fine with Bubba winning, except when he was like, fuck the haters, bitch. And everybody was like, where you at, haters? And I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like,
Oh, man.
can't we just be
It just
proud
makes
of-
you want to not like the guy. Like,
That's the
because you want to
thing,
like the guy, but
dude.
it's like,
I already kind of don't like him. And when he comes out and he's like, yeah, that's what I thought, haters. That's what I fucking thought. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
and then he
was
finishes
like-
second, and it's like emotional, and you want to feel for him because he's like, I should have done better. And you're like, oh, Bubba, it's okay. And then he wins. He's like, fuck y'all, bitch.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I was totally like, cool, man, good for Bubba. And then he was like, eat shit, haters, burning hell, motherfucker, getting paid. I was like, what the fuck was that? Jesus.
Like a high school bully.
This is like the total shade comment section.
It's all gonna fucking blitz us all night. Jesus.
The roast of Chairgatin and LTC.
Yeah,
Dang.
Lloyd's fucking comment on LTC, bro.
Dang.
Savage looking goof.
God damn, these comments are on fire.
These
tonight.
are brutal, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
man.
look, I get it. If you're a Bubba fan, like fucking wear that shit, man. Rub it in. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Like you've been waiting for this one.
Yeah.
But as a person that already doesn't really like Bubba, I just like don't like him even more now. I'm just like, oh
I
yeah,
feel like
that's
Harb
right.
should have got out of the car back in Michigan and been like, Shh, fuck you guys. Where the haters at? Like,
I didn't
that
even
would have
let
been,
Devin, like,
cooler.
doubt us now, motherfucker. I was like, hey, cut that out. Stop. Like,
Cut the shit.
I'm just
No,
happy
no,
to
no.
be here. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Don't-
maybe a more humble like brag would have been a better approach. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just every time Bubba like says some shit, it reminds me of why I don't like him. It's purely his personality and his attitude.
What
Like, I just don't like him.
What kills me is you'll be like, see, that's why I don't like that asshole. And they'll be like, you don't like him because he's black? And it's like,
That's
not
true,
what I said.
Joe.
That's
No
not
one-
what I said.
Joe, no one talks about when Bubba did punch that baby. That was a heated moment.
So sad. Can't believe you did that.
Damn. Tragedy.
Lord. Remember that? Yeah. Remember the time he threw Gatorade on a nurse?
Yeah, that part actually did happen.
Wait,
and
what?
Jeff Gordon. Yeah.
You don't remember? I don't think Cooper was a fan by then. Like there was a incident
There
at the
was a
Roval where,
Roval.
yeah, where I think it was Bowman like was passed out after the Roval race. Then Bubba was
It was
mad at him
Bowman,
for, like,
right?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
Bowman. Like and Bubba was mad at him for wrecking him earlier, and he went over there while he was just sitting down, like getting medical attention, and Bubba just threw his Gatorade at him and said, "Bitch."
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I've seen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I know
and
you're
Jeff
talking about the
Gordon
video,
was
yeah.
standing right there, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like the whole,
Yeah.
it was wild. Yeah. That was a first one. I was like, fuck this guy.
What the fuck? What is Joe on, dude? I don't feel like you can pull any of
Bubblegum.
these.
I think he's talking about bubblegum shrimp.
I'm concerned about him.
Oh my God.
Dude, what
All
the
right,
fuck is
all right,
this?
Joe. I'm gonna have to start
Jesus.
reading your comments before I put these up. I wear my Yeats glasses at night. Yeah, we're all rocking Yeats. Dakota, any comments on Yeats?
Oh, sorry. I was sending Coop the video of Bubba Wallace.
Y'all are just
And
texting each other like during the show.
I was sent. No,
Yeah.
we were talking about it, so I sent him the video of Bubba Wallace being an asshole like he is.
Right.
So, yeah, dude. If you want to look at all these fuckers right here on your screen, go to yeatsofficial.com and use Chairgatin as your 10% discount code in shipping. And you can look this cool on race day. You can look like a high school bully. You can look like Coach Shredded Cody. You can just look badass. You can be on Fox. Might even see you at the Daytona 500 and make you famous.
Dude, am I a beta if I wear Yeats though, or am I an alpha?
No, it's an alpha move for sure.
Yeah,
an
it is
alpha
a
move,
total fucking.
It
badass.
doesn't. I will say it doesn't completely transition you into an alpha. Just
Okay.
to be fair,
Yeah, I'm just
but
there.
it's an alpha move.
I feel like I should do what you're doing. Yeah, should I?
Well, if one pair is an alpha move, I figured 4 pairs. You can't fucking question how alpha I am.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
male paraphernalia.
This is what male peak physical. Get used to it, boys.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, what did y'all
10%
think?
off discount code.
Coop and Dalton, what did y'all think of the race?
I honestly didn't care for it really.
You know,
I mean, it was fine. It's just like it's like a mid-tier race. I'd probably rate it like a 6 or so. Like it was okay.
I think what made it hard was the spring race was such a barn burner.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the spring race was
So
great.
this one had a lot to live up to here, and I think it was a good race, but it wasn't a great race.
And I think it's just the excitement of like the 3 races in the first playoff like bracket because you have Darlington, which is a killer race. You got Kansas, it's kind of mid, and like Bristol's going to be hype regardless. So like Kansas is going to be the low tier race.
Yeah, I mean it's a stack field. Dalton, what about you?
I enjoyed it pretty good. I mean, I'm happy for Bubba Wallace. Glad he was able to get this win by pretty much running very consistent the whole day. And you had a bunch of other stuff going on. You had playoff contenders getting in trouble. The restarts were absolutely insane. There was like slide jobs all over the damn place. So that was really cool to see too. I just always said Kansas was an underrated mile-and-a-half track, and I'm glad it's in the playoffs. I hope it stays like that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I approve.
Yeah, it seemed like all the teams were fumbling on pit road over and over and over again. Like, dude, just like nice normal stops, and you're going to be ahead. I was really surprised how many teams just kept fucking up.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said I love Kansas. One of my favorite races to actually attend. I know nobody ever goes to it, but it is badass to attend if you ever get the chance. And I really like the racing on it as an intermediate mile-and-a-half. I will say I don't think it was as good as the last Kansas.
Do you think it deserves 2 dates or no? Do you think they should pull one and try to find something different to go to?
I think it does just because of where they're located, right? They're in the middle of the country that like those people don't get a lot of race opportunities. So it's the same reason why they've like kept Texas on for so long. Yeah. I mean, obviously now there's Austin, so it's a bit different. But for most of my life, Texas was the only race you could attend if you lived in Texas because the next closest track was either Kansas 10 hours away or Talladega 12 hours away. So people in Kansas have to deal with that.
Since they're back at Gateway, do you think they should pull?
Right. Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. The only thing is, though, like when you go and see the Kansas facilities, like they have built around the track like no other track I've ever seen. So outside the track is this giant outlet mall. And then the Great Wolf Lodge, if y'all know what that is.
Yeah, like, the big water park kind of thing.
Park and shit. Yeah. Their MLS stadium's right there. And then the casino is built on the track. And so you can walk to all of this stuff. It's crazy. It's just like, it's the most built up like area I've ever seen. So just for that alone, I think they deserve multiple dates. I know that's a race that I can take my wife to. I mean, granted, my wife loves going to like any race, but for like a normal person that maybe your wife's not super into it or you have kids or something, Kansas is a great place because you can go to the Great Wolf Lodge. They can hang out there. Wife can go to the outlet mall, you know, soccer fans. Like there's so much shit to do there. It's just a great facility. Also, I'm paid by Kansas, so I have to say all this. Yeah, no, I mean, I just love it. Honestly, I think if anybody ever gets the opportunity, I know it's way out in the middle of nowhere, but if you do get the chance, it's a sweet place to watch a race.
One year I went tracks like that. Yeah.
It was the year that it was the first time I got to interview Austin Dillon, actually. I drove up by myself 10 hours from Austin just to meet him in the infield to like do the interview. And about halfway through the race, it was cold as shit. And I'm dressed like this in a t-shirt. And so I packed up my shit and I was like, I got to leave. I'm too much of a pussy. I can't handle cold weather. I can't do this. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm pretty certain. So I get up, I'm leaving. And then I'm like driving past the casino and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a fucking casino right here. So I go in and I'm like, let's see. You can't really see anything from the casino floor because they don't have windows and shit. They have a lot of screens, so I could have watched it. But I see that they have what's that? The buffet, casino buffet, right?
Okay, yeah.
Nobody's back there. The race is like halfway over. And the buffet is built like next to the window, the glass that like looks out into the track. So I watched the rest of the track, drinking alcohol, eating buffet food from a casino, like looking out into the track. It was so sick.
So like the casino's here and like it's kind of like the Atlanta like condos. Is it like that to where you can like shoot down and see? Yeah,
it's pretty much like that. Yeah. You can see the track from the casino. It's built right on
That's so cool.
Yeah, so they have like a balcony that even walks out like right above the track. I wasn't allowed there because I didn't have a fancy wristband and didn't have a collared shirt. But yeah, but if you ever go there, the buffet, no one's ever there, and you can just sit there and watch the race like from the window. It's
Dude,
fucking
that's slick as
sick,
shit.
dude.
Yeah. I bet they got sports betting there too, so you could like sports bet and like bounce around, hit penny machines and shit.
And all the screens have the race on. So
I've always wanted to like, you know, 1 year just go to Kansas and just check it off the list.
I'm telling you, it's one
cool.
it's one that I think people overlook because it's Kansas. You know, they're just like, Kansas.
It was kind of Michigan for us this year. Like it was just a quick check off, like let's do it, okay, and like we go up there and we're like, this is like
lucky bastard. But dude,
fucking
getting all this together. Yeah, that was actually sick that y'all got to go to Michigan. Me and Dakota have been talking about Michigan forever.
I'd love to go to Michigan, dude.
We've got to go next year. Swear.
You're wild.
Like it's so dope.
Dude, but this takes us. Bubba gets the win. 2 random winners are what you eat, buddy. And we got Christopher Bell's locked in, leading the points right here. Who would have had Christopher Bell leading the points almost at the end of the first round? Like Christopher Bell, William Byron, Denny Joey. The Denny Joey makes sense, but Christopher Bell, William Byron are leading the points. Like what the fuck?
I would have took them to the round of 12, and I was like, all right, your time's probably up here.
Same.
I think Christopher Bell's had speed, but he hasn't really like been doing too hot. Like he kind of always fucks up.
Like Byron.
But these first 2 races are fucking. He's been blazing fast. No one's even talking about Denny finishing second at Darlington and second at Kansas.
Right. Yeah.
Second, like Denny. But Denny always does this shit where he is like looking fucking poised in the playoffs. It's fucking get a win here and there. Probably win Texas or something. He'll be in the Final 4 and he'll finish fucking 7th. And it's like, what? But dude, the bottom 4. Kevin Harvick must win going into Bristol. That's dangerous. Chase Briscoe, kind of expect that. I think Darlington did him in that beer. Austin Dillon seems to just love 14th. I think that's what he's running for.
I've always told you that about Austin Dillon, dude. That's his style.
Here's a big one. What?
Whenever he'll get up too close to, he'll be like top 10. And I'm pretty sure in his head, he's like, whoa.
Just go back. Go down.
Yeah, he'll drop back down to like 15 or 16. He's like, okay, whew, that's better.
Dude, Kyle Busch, 13th. Did not expect that. I know it's only the second race. We're going to Bristol. Who's good at Bristol? Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. Kyle's only 2 points out. That's 2 positions on the racetrack, you know.
That's not bad, but
no. But see, that's the thing.
I do want to mention 1 week before the playoffs started, I said Kyle Busch was the one big name I could see not making it past the first round.
You did. Now,
out there.
Ross Chastain in 9th is plus 26 to the cut. You got room to like just let's get in and out, I think. But dude, it's Bristol. Anything can happen. I mean, this is like a half-tier wild card race. But dude, 10th is only 6 points above. Tyler Reddick with his abysmal Kansas race, he's 2 points above, and Cindric's tied with 12th with 2 points above. I mean, I think anything can happen. What the fuck? I don't understand why.
I love that you're dressed tonight, Dakota.
I don't feel like Cindric's going to perform at Bristol, though.
It's hard to say because, like, he was good at Xfinity, but I just think, I mean, he's honestly doing better than I thought he'd do. He qualified good at Kansas, kind of ran, like, around the 10th, 11th, 12th. Like, I think, where did he finish? Like, top 10? He was like 10th or something, wasn't he?
At Kansas, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, he's doing good for him. Like, he's outrunning Chase Briscoe and Austin Dillon. So, it's his rookie season. Like, hey, man, do what you got to do. Jesus.
I respect that.
That is like really accurate. Dude.
That's not far off.
Yeah, you're not far off. But dude, man, oh my god.
Oh shit. No.
The only thing is, I kind of either see Kyle Busch dominating Bristol or Kevin Harvick dominating Bristol, and whichever one does it will be in a fiery crash, and it'll be like glad this season's over crap or something.
I just think this is where we get to see all the rivalries kind of end. So like Denny Ross is going to hit, and like Chase Larson, like I feel like
not unless Ross fucks
Ross is going to instigate. Yeah, Ross will instigate it.
I think Ross is gonna race hard. You know what I love is if like Ross is leading and Denny's like had some trouble and is going lap down. Jesus Christ. And like Ross or Denny lets Ross go by and then he just dumps him like in the next corner. However, oh wow. However, I think that Denny's kind of all talk, even though I think Denny's a pimp, he's a savage, but it's like, I think Denny's like, I'm going to get him where it hurts, but then he's not going to do anything.
Well, because like Denny doesn't have many years left in him. He's obviously going to like step back and kind of be the head guy for 23. So maybe he wants to kind of finish up and get this championship and like check it off, or
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I hope Denny. I want Denny to win championship. When he does, it's like there's nothing left to check off.
Yeah, but at this point, is it almost more interesting if he doesn't?
it's kind of like
I get that.
Like Jim Kelly not winning a Super Bowl, where it's like, all right, dude, you were a top G, but like you're not gonna get it done. So like you're still good, you're still a legend.
You gotta like talk the talk, walk the walk. Like Denny just talks.
I mean,
the
it's
talk.
not like he's not gonna make it in the Hall of Fame just because he doesn't win.
Hell yeah, fuck the Hall of Fame. I just mean like if Denny's like, oh, I'm gonna get him back. Well, fucking do it. Fucking do it. Like that's all I want to see. Daniel Suarez, I'm gonna get him back. It's not gonna happen.
Damn straight.
Yeah, no.
I did appreciate that. Both the rings on Kyle Busch's middle fingers.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Loved it. Love Kyle Busch. And I mean that we're about to get there is like, I mean, yeah, Bristol's coming up. I think it would be ultimately fucking badass if Kyle like gets himself out of here and goes and wins the championship and like fucking mic drop. Like, yeah, bye, deuces.
Dude, have fun not paying me. That's
dude. I just realized Kyle Busch is gonna have to fight his future teammates to get a fucking playoff spot this Saturday night.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Yes. Okay. About the top G shit. Yes. Fuck off. Okay. I realized I said that when I said that. Yes.
Fellow Hustlers Universities, dude.
Fuck
That's
you,
cool that
dude.
y'all went to the same school.
This guy like he's out for blood, man.
That is sick that y'all both graduated from the same school. Yeah, no, that is true because Tyler Reddick, he's 12th, 11th spot.
He's +2. He's in the 11th.
The 11th spot, yeah, and then obviously Austin Dillon's like second out. So that's a good point. I mean, Kyle Busch is fighting against two future teammates.
I think, like Reddick is like, hey man, like we gotta do good and get in. I think Austin Dillon's kind of like, hey, we made it in at least.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
I think it's more excitement for next year now. It's just like, hey,
one more week.
Yeah, what's that meme? Who saw this? Not me, not this guy.
Shit, he might come out and dominate at Bristol. He might be the top dog. You know
who?
Yeah.
Austin Dillon, bro.
Shit, bro. I mean,
he might come out and just
start
swinging.
Like a fourth. I could see him getting like a fourth.
Here's what I think about Austin Dillon. I said that I thought he was going to make it past the first round. I'm not feeling it anymore, solely because I thought he would make it to the next round off his performances at Darlington and Kansas.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it there. And those were the races I feel like that's where he should have taken advantage of it. Everybody else was fucking up, and he was loving to finish like 14, 15, when if he would have finished top 10, he'd probably be inside the cut line right now. You know,
he qualifies 24th. He's like, fuck yeah, I got a P14. Like, all right, great job, dude.
Yeah, I either see like Kevin either winning the race or blowing up in a fiery ball into a big wreck and like finishing 32nd.
Yeah. I know this comment's probably for Dalton, but that's going to be me now when he goes to RCR. Hey,
damn straight.
Yeah, but Dalton, you're going to have to show Rattlesnake the ways.
Yeah, I got you.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, we might as well jump right into it. I mean, we've talked about enough racing. The big subject to bring up here is it has finally come to terms. We're finally here. It's fucking laid out for everybody. It's all anyone's talking about. People forget Bristol's this weekend. Kyle fucking Busch is officially going to RCR Racing, driving the 8-car. Fucking dude, watching the press release, like we'd heard the rumors, it was leaked, but just seeing it and like the banner behind him, I was like tripping. Like I was watching it, like getting goosebumps. Like this is fucking weird, dude.
Like who would have thought? Like after 11 years of Richard punching Kyle in the face twice. That we get to this point,
dude.
Well, and that's the thing too. They brought that up during the Q&A, but I I feel like the whole vibe was like, yeah, Richard Childress like doesn't even fucking care about that anymore. Like he's a businessman.
No,
He was
that's
like, wait, like what happened?
Dude, exactly. He's kind of like, I got into a fight with who? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the Hendrick stuff with Kyle Busch a long time ago. Like they're way past over that. Like it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I think Kyle was more concerned about it from the sounds of it than Richard Childress. He was like, I don't fucking care about that.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna pay me how much?
Yeah, exactly.
So, dude, Dalton being the ultimate #1 Kyle Busch supporter, how are we feeling, bud? How do you feel? We're coming to Chevy? No more Toyota? No more M&Ms? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Well,
we wanted your take on this, Dalton. Not like you haven't talked about it enough this week already, but go
well,
on.
I feel like Toyota fumbled the whole damn bag about this whole thing. Now, when M&M's like announced they were leaving last Christmas, I thought, okay, look, I'm not going to freak out. I mean, who's not going to want to sponsor Kyle Busch, right? Like, I think we all expected him to still retire at JGR, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case because it just sounded like from Kyle's comments that Toyota just, I feel like wanted him gone.
It almost sounded like that. It wasn't just like, hey, it's not going to work. It was almost like pushing him out.
I thought it was Joe Gibbs, the reason why that wanted Kyle out, but no, it was definitely Toyota. And this is literally not the first time. Toyota's a lot of talent go, like Noah Gregson, now Brandon Jones. I could go on forever, but
also your dad makes a good point. Let's see how long that relationship stays like healthy.
Yeah.
I can see those two button heads real bad.
I know how Papa Childress is. I'm very well aware, but
right.
So, but then it came down to the point where like it just wasn't going to happen. Kyle was not going to go to JGR. I'm like, okay, now what? I mean, I know he's going to race for 2023, but just the question is where. I was wanting colleague, but so the funny thing is RCR was the last team I wanted because
colleague.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say anything.
I do that shit all the time.
I started laughing.
I know. I was like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but if Goop's gonna make fun of it,
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But so I really didn't want RCR to be honest with you. I'm gonna probably drop some hot takes in here, but I just don't think RCR has been all that great ever since Kevin Harvick left. I think Tyler Reddick was the best driver they hired ever since, and that's
not a hot take at all. I'm an RCR fan, and I would agree with everything you just said.
Yeah. So
Tyler Reddick's been a fresh shot in the arm.
Yeah. He was like the saving grace, and they lost him. But I will say this before you continue: they did lose, and I was upset about that. They lost their golden boy, their ticket to become a successful team again. But I would argue they just replaced him with, arguably the best driver. So at least they're making the right moves now.
Yeah.
Well, Richard had to make this move after Reddick announced out of nowhere that he was going to 2311. So if he wanted to college racing.
Oh no, not Dalton's Amish accent.
Amish. Fuck.
Amish.
Fuck.
Dalton said that shit one time. He's like, "Who's Amish? What's Amish mean?"
God.
Wait a minute. What was the thing when we played that game, Dalton? And you were on a team.
Wool, yeah.
Well, it was wool, right?
Wool.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you kept saying, "What's wool?"
Yeah, like I had no idea what the hell a wool is.
I'll never forget that moment in my entire life.
Let's run it back in the next Christmas episode. What do you say?
So like in shock.
You were so
didn't
mad.
know what the word wool.
You were so damn mad. You were so damn mad.
I said, "Fuck the game. Hold on. Pause the game. You don't know the word wool, Dalton."
I've never heard of it in my life.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a never-ending fight.
Oh shit.
That was like the night I was moving too. I remember this.
It was Christmas, dude.
That was great. All right, sorry. Go on.
I'm sorry. So the rumors were starting to come out that Kyle was going to go to Richard Childress. It's pretty much official. I'm like, well, here we are. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can bitch and moan all I want to, but it's not going to stop Kyle from going
Reddick's
there.
been on fire this year. It's not really a bad thing.
Yeah, but then after watching the press conference on Tuesday, my mind is like completely changed. I'm like, you know what? This is actually a badass idea. It sounds like to me that Richard's just willing to have a great relationship with Kyle. He's willing to build that race team and have some fun and let Kyle do what he wants to do. I really love the Dale Earnhardt comparison as well.
I bet you do.
Yes. it just pisses off all the former Earnhardt fans, and I just absolutely love it. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, everybody kept saying that, and Richard Childress, like, if Richard Childress says that Kyle Busch is the modern day Dale Earnhardt, then it's confirmed. It's confirmed.
He's like one of the few like living voices that can still speak to this. My whole thing has always been, Richard Childress, he can have problems with people all day. Kyle Busch is not the first or the last driver he's going to have problems with. But at the end of the day, he's a businessman. He wants to run a successful race team, and he knows that Kyle Busch is what's going to get them back to where they used to be. So, I mean, I could see Richard Childress throwing everything they got at Kyle Busch. I know he's not in the 3, he's in the 8. But, I mean,
I
we
think
can
they're
look
just
at
really catch and sink at him.
Well, look at the 8 this year versus the 3. I mean, I don't think he's going to be losing anything that the 3 gets, to be honest.
Well, again, like Richard had to make this hire after the Tyler Reddick left. Like he's not going to go out there and just hire a scrub.
So that's my thing is like Reddick's been on fire, clearly leading the organization. RCR, running, multiple wins, running up in the playoffs.
Right.
And the Reddick, is up and comer, so hot right now. You're going to put the GOAT of fucking Kyle Busch in that car? Like, I'm very
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Of how big a bullet Kyle Busch could be next year.
I felt like it was weird, though, when Richard was like, yeah, we talked to Tyler an hour ago, and we told him he's not going to be in the ride. We got a third
Well, I mean, I think that was blatantly a response to the fact that they learned Tyler Reddick wouldn't be returning when he did a press conference.
Yeah.
Well, I think Tyler, it was leaked days ahead. I think it was Tyler's, I probably heard this weeks ago. Like,
like when people kept saying the 51, he's probably thinking like, all right, cool, I can ride my 8 car for a minute. Maybe like Austin Hill comes in and takes it.
Like, look, I like Tyler Reddick, and he's been on the show, and we're totally good with Tyler Reddick. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you're leaving them. Like, did you really expect to sit in the 8? Like, that's clearly one of their key charters that they want to focus on. Why would they keep you here? They're bringing in Kyle Busch. Like, he should just be happy to kind of get whatever he gets at this point.
I'm curious if like they were actually like, we just told him, and he was like, no way, or was it like, yeah, no, like I heard that like weeks ago.
Yeah, no, he probably heard it, but they probably officially told him before.
Hey, no, so look, Kyle is going in the
and 8. I think it was a direct response to how he handled leaving RCR.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly Richard was not happy about it. He was like, this is the first I'm hearing about this, like. Dude, it was a whole thing.
I have tons of questions too. A big pet peeve of mine is like, what are we doing with Tyler Reddick? I know Richard Childress was like, no, we plan on running 3 cars. We're getting a charter. And they were like, where are you getting the charter from? And he was like, no comment. And it was like, okay. And then it was what?
I don't know. If he does, he could take it from Spire, maybe, or someone.
Also, he could say no comment because they're working out contracts right now, and legally he's not allowed to speak.
It just seems like it's like a look over here while something's happening over here. It's like
definitely.
We're gonna run 3 cars, but actually, Toyota's about to pay me like $20 million, and Reddick's gonna go to 2311.
Yeah, but I mean, I still think it still sounds like he wants to make a third charter. From what I understand, what was it? Was it Denny or Trackhouse? Who was talking about how 3 car teams is the ideal way to run a business or something like that? Did y'all see this?
I think it was Colleague.
Okay. Yeah. They had this whole talk about how like the ideal number is 3 cars, and that's like the proper way to run a team or whatever. So I think Richard Childress is still committed to that idea from what it sounds like, regardless of
I could see Colleague pulling out and not running the 16 maybe for a season, just to like, all right, let's take a step back. Like, Hemrick didn't perform. AG doesn't want to be in the cup. Noah's not our guy. All right, let's pull back the 16, give it to Tyler for the season. Maybe after we'll pick up, we'll kind of see what talent's like floating around.
Yeah, I think the Spire 77 car would make sense.
That one I think is a good argument, is a charter game. But my whole thing is too is like, okay, I get getting the third charter, establishing a third team for future person that's going to go in that car, or future third ride. But my thing is like, okay, so we're going to bump Tyler out of the 8, put him in some scrub ass 33 car we know isn't going to be shit, or whatever have you. Is like, I mean, it just seems like a waste of fucking time and money and resources.
I totally disagree.
That's how I feel. I was like, okay, so Tyler's gonna have a lame duck year. We know where he's going in 24,
right?
So it's like, What are we doing here?
But here's the thing. Okay, so they want a third charter regardless because they just think that's like the best way to run the business.
Yeah.
I don't know how all that works. So if they're starting a third charter, why not hold on to Tyler Reddick? Arguably championship competitor this year. He won't be in as good of equipment next year, but he's going to do better than anybody else you can put in that ride possible.
So for RCR as an organization, I get it. Like it's a good deal.
That's a win-win for
them. But
them.
as Tyler Reddick, the driver, and as a fan of his, I just see it as like a total waste of fucking time.
Yeah, obviously for him.
That's what I'm saying. What the hell?
What is going on in the comments, man?
So that's my thing. Jesus.
I had the perfect excuse for the Darlington recap. I was not in the mood to talk about that at all. So,
not that skinwalker expression.
I just don't see how Tyler Reddick like does anything extra.
For Tyler Reddick, it all comes down to Kurt Busch, though.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask y'all. Like, I don't think anybody knows that there's still a chance that Tyler Reddick could take the 45. So let's just say Kurt Busch quits, like he said he's done, no, he comes back. Excuse me. Does Richard Childress just like give Tyler Reddick like a bunch of dog shit next year? Or?
I think Denny would buy him out. I don't see him going to the 45. I see Bubba moving to the 45 because it makes sense and everything looks cleaner. Leave the 23 open, and then you can put Tyler in the 23.
But the team name is 2311. I mean, that is
that's
the name.
Bubba's the leading face over there.
But you can't tell me that that 23 or the 45 scheme looks better with Bubba's schemes. Like the 23 look better on the Monster.
Yeah, I don't know about. I wouldn't go that far.
I totally like the perfect scenario to me is I'm sorry, Kurt. It was fun. It was great. We love you. Have fun. You can't control your head injuries. You know, this is out of your control. Kurt goes to pasture, retires, and Denny buys out Tyler's contract if negotiable. And like they're just not telling. We only know what they tell us.
So that's the thing. Also, what if Richard Childress doesn't want to cut ties with Tyler? What if he's like, dude, we're starting this third charter next year.
13, you asshole.
And we want the best driver possible in it, and we can have Austin Hill, who's great, or we can have him wait another year and put Tyler Reddick.
Money talks.
And like what
money talks? Yeah, if Denny is willing to put up the money, yeah, maybe. But, I mean, if you're Richard Childress, you're sitting on Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Tyler Reddick in a 3-car team looking into next year. Like, that's a pretty sweet line.
I just think the perfect scenario is Kurt retires. Not saying I want that. Just Kurt retires, and we bring Reddick over, and everything's just, good handshake. It's over with.
That would be best for Reddick.
Yes.
And in my opinion, I love that idea.
But I'll be interested to see what Richard Childress is willing to do. I know he's not happy with Tyler Reddick, but at the end of the day, he's a really fucking good race car driver.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want him on my team.
I mean, like you said, like they're race car drivers, and
if they get the third charter, what do you think their number is going to be?
33.
33, probably.
You don't think they'd be like pulling strings?
29.
Like, fuck it, let's get the 3, the 8, and the 88.
You don't think it'd be the 31?
Very well could be the 31.
27?
No, it can't be the 31, Coop.
No.
A driver has the 31, guys.
Stop
saying that.
Hey, he's so fucking he's in the mellows, bro. Like I don't fucking I don't recognize Justin Haley.
Whatever, man. It's his number. Let him ride.
Hey, 27. Shout out Paul Menard.
Ooh, okay. See, 88, I don't like. I don't like the idea of the 88.
You don't think Richard would pull that?
I just
because, I feel like Junior's going to buy into Richard eventually.
Well, Austin Hill ran the 33 at Michigan.
I like the 33. I say let's just do the 33 and bring back the same font they used to have for it, just like the 3 font, just double up. I'd like to see that back personally.
Yeah.
Do they? Look,
I'm rocking the Cat 8 scheme. That's a 33 scheme right there. So,
do you think they keep the 3 font, or do you think they change it?
Well, when they did run the 33, it was essentially the 3 font just doubled up, just like the 31. Yeah. They used to always use that font. With the 8, they had to switch it to the block. I think because they didn't own the rights to it, right? That specific font.
Yeah. That old 8 font was like more DEI.
Right. But other than that, RCR's always had that same type of font.
It's iconic,
Yeah, it is iconic. And that's why I think the 33 and the 31, obviously, it's not going to have, but those looked good with it. Same with the 29, same font.
Do they change the face of it though? Because like Dylan's not going to be around forever. So do you think it's just like new face? All right, we're getting the third charter. Let's change up the font of the 3 and the 33. Let's go with like a different style because
It
it's
just
like
sounds like that would never happen.
you had it, but like let's change it up. You got a new guy in here. 'cause,
If
like,
anything,
that's
I'd love to
history
see them
icon.
get the rights back to the old 8 font and just go all back to that font. Like,
I think,
like
we
all
all, I think
classic,
everybody
yeah.
would be happy with that.
Please.
that's
I
what
feel like Kyle
RCR
can pull
is.
strings to do it too.
Like that's what when I think RCR, that's their font. Like that's all I want to see. The block is fine. It works for what they have to do it for, but man, it would be sweet to see that old font back.
It would
A
piss
Red
off
Bull
so many
sponsor on the
fans, man. I would
33?
love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, either way, I think this is a huge W for RCR.
This is another great point,
Yep.
Dakota.
I do too. Like, I
So
want,
if Kurt's out at the end of this year, he's just gone. We'd never get to
I
see a
know.
farewell.
I want Kurt to have that farewell. I'm just saying, business wise, I think it
I
works
agree.
to
It
just
would
get
suck
Tyler
as
now.
fans though. Like
Yeah,
you-
like imagine being a diehard Kurt fan. I'd be fucking
Exactly.
devastated.
But do you think that we would get a Kurt farewell where it's like, all right, cool, I'm going to ride off in the sunset, and then you get an Eric kind of vibe where he's like, I really don't want to leave, actually. Yeah, let me
Hear
keep
me out.
going a little
Ooh,
bit.
yeah, that would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Hear me out. Denny and Michael Jordan get a third charter.
That's going to happen soon.
Well-
it has to.
Also, I doubt we get Red Bull as a sponsor now that Rowdy is involved with us,
Yeah,
or at least in some capacity.
No,
Well,
what if
Denny-
Denny gets a third charter? Kurt comes back and they scoop Tyler Reddick too.
Well, Denny said that he wants to wait for like the new TV deal to get all that.
Yeah,
it has to
well,
make like financial
He's
sense.
already
for him.
read the fine print on that. You gotta realize, like, these drivers and team owners and all these people, they hear and see all this shit like 6 months before we do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
finally when it gets all leaked. So it's like all this stuff stays under wraps.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I'm just like,
you'll-
in a broad spectrum. I'm not
You'll
being-
hear some guys be like, "Yeah, I found out when they like Bob Pockris leaked some shit." You know, like
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fucking Eminem's like
The
said they weren't
journalists
even,
are
like
better.
last summer. We didn't find out till last Christmas.
the journalists are better about leaking and finding out shit than anybody else. I mean, sometimes
Well,
they really
we
do leak shit
just,
first.
I mean, up until last week, we were like, does he stay in 18? Is he going to RCR? Is he going to Colleague? And then it was leaked a couple days before. But then he said back in summer, he was told he's not coming back to the 18. So I'm saying, like, stuff like that is like some stuff. I'm just saying, like, I'm just exaggerating, but like some stuff I think gets told in the business world before we actually hear. You can just read it off Twitter and be like, oh, that's true because
That is true
Yeah.
because like we were pretty certain that Kyle was going to go to the 41. Like everyone was like, all right,
Yeah,
cool,
remember
he's
that
going to Stewart
rumor?
Haas. Yeah, it was like,
yeah,
all
he's
right,
going
cool, this is gonna
Ford.
happen.
Ford's the leading candidate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was a
and then
summer-
it just died.
And how funny is it to Kyle Busch when he reads that stuff? He's like, "You stupid motherfuckers! You don't
Yeah.
know."
Yeah, have you
Dude, I
seen
feel
his
bad for
Instagram
Jared.
comments this
Jared was
week?
like Jared was all Stewart Haas and like bottom of Kevin shirt, bottom of 41 hat, was like all about it and like
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I just realized that.
yeah, it's just pissed away
got
now.
a
Now he's got a
41
Colt hat.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was actually excited if he was going to come to Stuart Haas.
Yeah, cool.
No worries. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ, Jared, bro.
Oh, my God.
Put it up. Just y'all were like, yeah.
Damn.
Comment section tonight is on point, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, Tyler Reddick, it would be best for him if Kurt just retired, rode off into the sunset. He can take the 45 or the 23 coupe. And, you know, that would probably be best for Reddick. Personally, I mean, either way, Reddick's got to ride. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
It's
going to
gonna
be racing for somebody next year. He's that good. They're going to make sure to put him in a full-time car.
What'll be
no matter
weird
what.
is if, like, 3 Cheese stays with the 8 and they keep the same paint scheme or something. And then, like, Tyler Reddick goes to some bullshit off-brand 33 car. And then, like, Kyle Busch is in the same 8 and Tyler Reddick's over there, like, redhead stepchild.
Yeah.
Well, I think
not gonna
Cheddar's is
happen.
going to stay with Reddick regardless. I don't think they're going to leave.
Why do
I
you
mean-
think that?
It fits.
What? Because of his red
He
hair?
likes chicken fingers?
Because he's kind of like that guy that you would want to see at a Cheddar's. So like,
What the fuck does that mean?
he's like the short little guy that like is looking for a value.
Yeah,
Are you saying that he looks like
to,
the manager of a Cheddar's? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I think he's trying to say he looks like a waiter at Cheddar's.
I was
mean,
gonna
kinda
say waiter,
low-key,
but I was
yeah.
gonna give him a bit more.
When I'm at
respect
Cheddar's,
than
I'm
Combo.
always looking for like short little redhead guys.
Tyler Reddick.
Man, the
It
Cheddar's I
matters.
used to go to was hood as fuck. He wouldn't have survived in that Cheddar's.
I feel like
Um,
Cheddar's is not that great.
Yeah, and also I would say when they did the cups, which I have, I think Coop, you have them as well.
I've got all three.
They did the full RCR. They did Richard Childress, Austin Dillon, and Tyler
Yeah.
Reddick. So
Last time I ate at Cheddar's, I ordered the number 8 special.
there you go. Yeah, and
Hey.
it's kind of
Chicken
it
Honestly,
almost
not
I
eight
lost
out
a
of
little bit of
Cheddar's.
respect for Tyler Reddick when that was his meal. I was like,
Damn, Papa Good.
Tyler Reddick, your special meal at a restaurant is what like my 8-year-old child would order. Like, what the fuck is this, man? Get the chicken pot pie, obviously, when you go to Cheddar's.
Oh, chicken pot pie, bro. That's
Fuck
nice.
yeah.
No.
Come on, Dalton. Take it.
Let's
Take it to
smoke
the
them
head.
out, baby.
I feel like
Okay.
Dalton should try it this weekend.
That's
He
your
should try
dad.
a little
Let-
Delta 8.
Dude, Delta 8's legal.
Listen,
Hey,
this would
I
This would
saw
help
him at
me for
Sweet
my-
Yummies.
this would help me for my rider reactions. Like if Kyle Busch wrecks next year, I could just pop a 3G and then everything will be fine.
Just go to the tent at Bristol,
Exactly.
man. Just go talk to them at the tent. Be like, hey, look,
they even
can I
gonna
do
be
a-
there?
Can I do a review with you? You know, I do my rowdy
Honestly,
reviews.
if
Can I,
you
like,
just
pop a gummy?
fucking order some Tyler Reddick shirts, they send you 3 cheese stuff.
Did a paint job in the bathroom, Joe. All right. Yeah, Dalton, me and you are gonna have to start doing future Kyle Busch reaction videos together since we're
Yes,
the
sir.
two biggest Kyle Busch fans now.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Blending
I-
of both worlds.
I am looking at possibly having some guests like for next year's season 2 of rider reactions.
The
I'm not
Snake Pit
joking. I
Smoke
will be.
Sesh.
I will be an annoying Kyle Busch fan now, so I'm not joking about that.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know how to
mind it.
feel about it. Like, I'm cool with it, but it's weird.
I love it because
it really
I've been
is.
talking to Dakota about this for
It's
a
different.
couple.
It's just like
It's just
I've
I
been-
didn't expect it. Like I
I've been
didn't.
talking to Dakota for a couple years now about how much I've started liking Kyle Busch,
Yeah.
but not wanting to admit it because it's just like I've talked so much shit about him before. But for whatever reason, the past like 2 or 3 seasons, I've been really kind of feeling Kyle Busch. And then all of a
And
sudden
he's
this year,
grown on you. Like this
this
year,
year,
like,
I think I even tweeted. I
okay.
was like, dude, am I a fan of Kyle Busch now? Like at some point in the season.
Yeah, because
and
I
then
think I
this
responded
happened.
to you, and I was
Right.
like, yeah, I'm kind of there.
Exactly. And then this happened, and I was like, all right, dude. I fucking love Kyle Busch. Let's
And-
go.
And guess what? I've grown on Austin Dillon because I actually have to thank him for making this happen. Because if you don't remember, Austin Dillon was the guy who suggested this idea
Yes.
right after Tyler Reddick said, "Hey, I'm going to 2311."
Yes.
And
And
Brexton's got
I,
a contract. Like,
Yep, I
I
whatever
mentioned that to
is, so, like,
Dakota. The first thing I thought of was dude's definitely has a future in team management.
oh yeah.
You know,
Dillon,
because
yeah.
we've all
both of them,
thought
both of
like
them do.
This
that's
first
going to
step.
be happening soon. Either he's going to hit the booth or just go work with the team. And this right here, brokering a deal to bring Kyle Busch to RCR, really proves that he could move to team management pretty seamlessly.
Do you think
I mean,
that they
that's a
could do a
huge
thing
land, dude.
where like Reddick could go to 23 next year? They have that third charter, and Ty Dillon's doing nothing, and you think Ty Dillon can come in there? So it's like both the Dillons and Bush that are eventually going to be running that company.
Yeah, and I've never really understood. Yeah, that's true. Chevy, KBM.
I'm
truck
excited
team.
for that too.
That's a really good
Hopefully.
point. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with Ty Dillon is. I don't know if the family fucking hates him or like what's going on. They're like
Hey,
kind of forgot about the other
you want some
one.
help? I don't fucking need you.
Ty Dillon's Ty. I feel that for Ty Dillon though, because that's me and my family, so I feel that 100%. But it would be cool to see him, get some love in the RCR family.
mean-
Yeah, as Papa Good mentioned, Chevy definitely will be happy to get
Yeah.
KBM truck
Also
team,
picking up one of the best truck teams.
but
Yep.
also Kyle Busch Indy 500 question mark?
Yeah,
Please.
dude.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Now I think
Give
that
it
sounds
fucking
like
to
fun.
me.
It'll be cool. Like I'd love to see him do it and like finish all the laps and get it done.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
go.
bursting out of the
I'll-
fucking
I'll
closet
go.
with M&M Skittle rainbows, baby.
So if Kyle starts the truck team and like everything goes through and it's a Chevy truck team, let's say they got 2 charters, they just drop down, they go to 2. Do you think Ty could like fizzle over to KBM over there and like funnel up something because like John Hunter's not going to stick around. So like, I think, yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that either.
Here's my prediction. I don't know for sure Chandler Smith is a Toyota driver. I know John Hunter, Nemechek, and Corey Haim are. So maybe Chandler Smith will be one of them. I think he stays. And
hasn't he been with Toyota for a long time though?
Wait, Chandler Smith?
Yeah, with like ARCA.
I think you're right. Yeah,
you are right. Yep.
I had him on the podcast like probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm pretty sure he was with Toyota back then also.
Because he was a dog back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, that was back when he was with ARCA.
But like, yeah.
Okay, so probably never mind.
I don't know. I'm just asking. You would know more. I'm just. I think he's been with them for a while.
I don't. I feel like that's why they haven't announced the KBM news yet, because they're trying to get a driver.
100%. Yep. They're definitely trying to figure that out. Yeah, for sure. I'm just gotta say though, I am fucking stoked about Kyle Busch getting a ride in the Indy 500.
I was, dude. Yeah. I'll go. Seriously,
he's gonna get a ride. Like, some Chevy team's gonna.
Imagine being one of them like badass Indy teams that's like looking for a good driver for next year. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and here's another thing. This is another reason why I'm liking the RCR move now, because when Kyle Busch is racing, remember he had an Indy 500 deal done, like ready to go, but then Joe stepped in and said, "No, you get back in that Cup car right fucking now." And yeah, and now Richard Childress is giving them the freedom to do whatever. So a Chevy team calls him.
I mean, Kyle Larson kind of started this trend of like drivers being able to drive in whatever they want. You know, Kyle Larson was big on that, where he was like, if you're going to sign me, I'm going to run dirt. Like, that has to be in my contract. So I feel like that's becoming more common. But also, I don't know why you wouldn't. I understand like possible injuries, but it just helps with like team promotion and like driver promotion to do cross series like this. Who wouldn't want to see Kyle Busch?
Motorsport series promotion too.
Yeah, and Chevy was like, dude, yes, we would love for him to come over. Like, we need this in Indy car. So I'm stoked for that, honestly.
Same, dude.
Yeah,
Steven's on a roll here because, like, if Ty had his success back in the truck series, like that's an easy sponsor to take over. If Bass Pro does stay, you could like flip Bass Pro to Ty Dillon, and he's still got ties with RCR. So it's
if Ty wants to run full time in truck, he would do really, really well.
Yeah.
Does he want to run full time in truck? He came back out of retirement.
Open a coffee shop or something.
Yeah, he came back out of retirement for this one like full time Cup ride. And now that he's losing it, if they're like, "Hey, Ty, we'll give you a truck with this new, KBM team," that's
he could be the veteran guy. That's like, "Hey, like, get this rookie that came."
Or he could just be like, "I'm filthy rich. I really don't need to do this anymore."
Very true.
Have you seen his wife?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. The last time he left, I was like, "Dude, he's going to ride off into the sunset and just live the best life." He has so much family money. He really doesn't ever need to work. But he came back. I don't know if like a full-time truck ride is going to, interest him to want to keep doing it.
Whatever. But dude, KBM going to Chevys. Fuck them little Toyota boys. They can go find something else. Another thing, Brandon.
Yeah, wait, Dalton, actually, I need to know, are you going to get a Chevy now?
If I can afford it, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you,
dog.
No, maybe I should just call Rowdy Energy and say, "Hey, do you want to buy my Rowdy Energy Toyota Camry? Give me some money."
No, ask them to send you a new fucking Camaro and be like, "I'm so committed to Kyle Busch. You need to
the last Camaro." Yeah, send me
Kyle
the last
Busch
Camaro
is getting a Camaro. I feel like I should get a Camaro now.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they're not doing the Camaros anymore. Damn it.
Yeah, they're gonna race Chevy Evos or whatever.
The Volts, Chevy Volts.
Yeah, Chevy Volts.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Will you do me a favor and bring your stupid Joe Gibbs book? Let's burn it in Bristol this weekend.
I don't know if I could do that. That's kind of dark.
Well,
it's kind of dark.
All that gossip aside, we also had another banger. Back-to-back days. There's always something in the news coming out every week. The schedule's here. The schedule finally dropped.
Oh my God, I forgot we got to talk about the schedule.
Yeah.
We'll make it brief. And quick. I know we've been going on and on and on.
No, there's not much to talk about the schedule, though.
When we have these two on, I like talking. It's fun.
So, I mean, I feel like even last year, remember last year, like the schedule. the schedule, and it was like, all right.
It took so long this year too, so everyone's like, the
And it
schedule,
took
where
months,
is it?
man.
Like,
It's coming
Well,
out
it's
here.
been
It's coming
long.
out there. And literally everything was kind of teased and leaked along the way. But like
None of this was news. Like
none
there
of
was
this was
nothing.
I'm looking at the schedule right here and I'm like, all right. I don't give a shit
I
about
gotta pull
any
up- Yeah, I got it on my phone. Yeah, none
Yeah,
of this
I've got
was
it up.
like news. None of it was exciting necessarily.
It's almost the same as this year's.
the playoffs are the exact same.
Yep.
Everything we already knew about. The only thing I can
playoffs
say
aren't
is
exactly
fucking-
the same, are they? I don't think so.
No, they are.
They're
they're exactly the same.
Yep.
Are they really? Jesus.
Yep.
Christ.
So my favorite part is that Atlanta 2, which I don't think Atlanta. I don't think that Atlanta should have had 2 races, but since it does, Atlanta 2 is a night race in the summer. And
Finally.
Dude,
that's
finally.
That was big.
That was what should have happened this year, but they listened to us, I guess, and that's going to be a night race, and that is going to be badass.
I think the other thing is the Indy road course is back again. So
And that bothers me, like a lot.
But they did say Indy Oval's coming back hopefully soon. Like maybe
yeah, but like
Yeah, woohoo! Hey, you're going to get laid eventually. Like that's all it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, night in Atlanta was exactly what every single person was like, this is what we need. So thankfully
Yeah.
that changed.
That'll be a badass race. Like
The
definitely.
most exciting thing about the schedule, we already knew though, was North Wilkesboro.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Having
just
it
like,
random, that's fucking sick.
and the thing
And
that
the
pissed me off the
trucks,
most
trucks
about
are
this-
going in May too.
yeah. Well,
So
and
they're
the thing,
going back earlier, yeah.
the thing that pissed me off the most about the schedule, we also already knew the Chicago street race.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, all right, then why did y'all hype the schedule up so much? We already knew what was going to be on it.
Yeah, I don't. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's more of anticipation than anything. Like, I want to see the schedule. I want to see the schedule. Oh,
Well,
okay.
and me and Dakota have been a lot more optimistic about NASCAR this year because they've done a great job. So I don't want to be too negative, but the amount of fucking road courses that I see on the schedule is just so irritating. Like looking at the schedule, I'm like, the only thing I'm excited about is like Atlanta night and North Wilkesboro,
in
but everything else is
August, we
kind of
have
just
2
like,
road
ugh.
courses back to back.
Dude,
Yep.
I don't want this.
Indy
I'm
road
excited
course
for-
and then Watkins Glen.
Sonoma and Coda are the only 2 that I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck yeah. Keep running them.
I like Watkins
Everything
Glen.
else
Oh,
is
Watkins
like-
Glen, dude.
Watkins Glen, yeah, is the best
In fact,
road course.
fuck Coda. I would take Watkins Glen over Coda too. Like,
I like
Yeah.
Coda. I think Coda's cool. I think it's unique.
Well, and this will be
Why?
our last year of 2 Mile
downhill.
Auto Club. This will be the last. They say that this will be the last race on the big surface, and they're gonna, as soon as this race happens, they're gonna start the renovations of making it a short track.
so
For
stupid.
who?
So stupid. One of the best
California.
races of the year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
California.
One of the best fucking races of the year. And they go, oh, y'all liked it finally again? Okay, we're going to tear it up now.
Literally, like I hate to see this go. There's like I see like 3 tracks here. I'd rather y'all do
Exactly. I don't hate the idea of like adding more short tracks and like renovating tracks, but this is one of the tracks that I'm like, please don't touch.
this. One thing I was surprised with that I think was probably already just a given though, but Richmond and Kansas have 2 dates.
I bet you like the Indy Road course, Joe Retro. Fucking loser.
I don't know, man. Like Richmond is ugh. It's kind of like Dover. Like I want to see Dover
Yeah.
just kind of like fizzle out.
Yeah, I'm fine with them having 1 date. It's just like, why are we going here twice? Even Kansas, I like Kansas, but I think like we're at a time now where these tracks should just be 1 race. I think Atlanta should be 1 race. I think Vegas should be 1 race. That's one thing. People are bitching about Richmond and Kansas, but nobody's saying anything about Vegas having 2 races.
I'm
I
actually
think we're
fine with
just-
I'm actually fine with 2 Vegas races.
I think we're waiting for the fairgrounds to kind of like establish and get there.
We'll
and then
take one of
another
them. What
date.
about the other one? Take the and then why do we the goddamn Bristol dirt race? Like that one irks me a little less than the fucking Chicago street course.
You haven't been though. You got to go. You got to go.
I can't because it's crammed in between Atlanta and Dega. It's 2 weeks before Dega.
The Bristol
It's
Dirt.
2 weeks- Yeah,
I did all 3 this year. I did all
I
3.
agree. I actually agree
Well,
that
you don't have kids, motherfucker.
yeah, exactly.
Very true. Very true. Okay.
Yeah, we have
okay.
wives and children. I do agree though, like there's other dirt races like Eldora that we should be going to. Like,
I
Bristol is
agree.
not the,
Oh,
If they go to a dirt track, I could give a shit. Like, that's fine. That's completely fine. But Bristol dirt, still, I'm like,
I still think it's weird. Yeah.
I gave it a college effort. It was fun. Are we still doing this? I don't know.
Here's a hot take. I actually think just about every single track on the schedule should have 2 dates.
What?
I think you should go back to the fucking track and run it again.
I don't really care for Darlington 2 races.
That's actually one of the ones that I would be okay with. One, I said almost every.
In the playoff.
This is the Southern 500.
Southern 500.
Yeah.
I like the
Auto
idea of
Club
going
would be
back to
cool,
tracks
too.
again. I don't know why everyone's so against it. I think you should go back to a track twice to run it again. I don't know why.
Okay. That's what I grew up on. But
exactly, that's what I'm used to. Like, it makes sense in my head for a schedule. It's like, this guy runs well here. We're going back to this track. Let's see if he can do it again. Like,
yeah,
that's how it's always been. It makes perfect sense in my head.
Yeah, my fact is just like, okay, we're going to take a date from here, but guess what? We're going to give you this race instead. Chicago street race.
Yeah, right? And that's what happens.
I mentioned it today. Did you guys see the whole thing about the bonds thing that's happened in Illinois?
What?
It's like the whole thing where like
James Bond?
No, like you don't have to be bonded out of jail if you commit.
Oh,
homicide.
yeah. That's happening all over the country.
Yeah, that's liberal, shitty.
Same shit's going on in Memphis too. So
and Atlanta and Houston and Austin. Yeah, every major city's done that now.
Yeah.
The no cash bail bond thing.
Yeah. There's a common denominator with all that stuff.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing too. People are like, the race isn't held in the bad area of Chicago, which is, I mean, I see what your point is. Yes, there's nice areas of Chicago. It's a huge fucking city. That being said, it's also the most dangerous city in America. There probably will be people mugged. There might be people murdered. I mean, it really is a thing like that. Need to be aware of.
Cars got broken into at the Clash.
Right. Like, and I get it. We go to St. Louis too. It's not like, I agree. We do go to more than just Chicago. That's dangerous. But I don't like going to any of those cities anymore. I'm over it. I did it when I was young. Now I go into cities and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Talladega or Bristol or Darlington, like out of the cities.
You know what? Like, I'm cool with us going here, but it really didn't do nothing for me when we went to Gateway. Like, I could kind of give a shit less about Gateway.
Gateway's cool for the truck series. I don't know.
It was cool, but I kind of forget that race happened.
I do want Chicagoland.
And what's funny, Dakota, is I was trying to think of a way to argue, but I was like, oh yeah, what did happen in that race? So that's a good. I think that's a good point. Yep, you make a good point. I did mention that I think just about every track should have 2 dates, but I do like the idea of just the one race championship.
Yeah, the only time you go there, like
I miss Miami Homestead. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. I don't like that we go to the championship track twice. It's like, to me, it's like, hey, we'll give you the championship, but you're only getting 1 date. Like, it's a tit for tat thing.
Right. It's like, hey, we go to almost every track twice, but championship, you got 1 shot.
I think the championship should be like when it was at Homestead. That was the only time we went there.
Exactly.
It was iconic. Like, you just had to go off what you had to.
And it's a tough track to run. Certain people are better than others. I mean,
we go to Phoenix in March, and then it's a practice session for the championship. I know it's different seasons and different everything, but you at least get to do repetitions on the track.
What happens the year that they put the championship race at like COTA, like a road course? Do we riot?
Yeah,
do we get torches and like march down the street?
I don't want a road course for a championship.
Oh my god, that would be the biggest disaster.
Yeah.
Just do all electric on a road course for the championship.
Well, here's the thing.
I'll just kill myself. Like, we'll do live, and I'll just be hanging. You'll see my feet.
I'll just start going F1. Like, F1's all I'm going to watch
just like
now.
hanging.
Is it next year? Didn't they do it for 3 years? Next year's the last year of the Phoenix Championship as of now. Where do they move the championship after Phoenix?
Bristol.
Right.
I don't see them doing a short track.
They shouldn't do a short track. I think they should do an intermediate. I could
see it going to Vegas.
Yeah, I would love a Vegas championship.
It'd be cool. You can market it really cool.
I think it works. It's got a good venue. The racing's pretty good. It's big time Vegas. I could see that happening.
Vegas makes so much sense.
I mean, if it was up to me, it would be like Darlington. But
I was gonna say, unfortunately, maybe Nashville.
Wilkesboro might be one that they look at though, just because it's like, oh, it's back. Here you go. Here's a
No, not for the
championship.
championship.
No.
I don't
the
think.
championship.
They don't even have the balls to put it on the schedule as a regular race yet. So I don't.
I
Think
think the All-Star race. Well, I think the All-Star race it might be a thing now for a couple of years.
Yep.
But I like the idea of the All-Star race just jumping around to different tracks. Like, go take that motherfucker to Rockingham.
Or do the stadium thing.
Yeah, do the stadium shit. But I also think this could be a foot in the door for let's get Wilkesboro on the schedule regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like not the All-Star.
Right.
Let's do the 400-mile
No,
race.
I think this is the stepping stone to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll
and I
probably
think-
do it for like 2 years, All-Star, and then if it's a success, they'll be like, all right, we're moving it in.
And I also think like this is also just like an awakening for the fairgrounds coming. Like,
100%
hey,
Bristol's
look,
saying
you went to the old track. Look at this place is packed. If you go to the fairgrounds, you're gonna get the same fucking product, like the same turnout. So you'd bring money to that market, and it's like
right. Nashville. My only thought about that is wanting the championship race. There is NASCAR loves Nashville right now. It's like they've got a huge heart on for Nashville, and I get it. It's a city. It makes sense. It's like Southern. It makes a lot of sense. It's almost like their second, I guess, third home at this point because Daytona and Charlotte also.
That's what I think they're heading to. Like with them moving the awards banquet down to Nashville, they're probably wanting to do it at the National Fairgrounds, Super Speedway, or whatever.
they're stoking the flames right now.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I think
love
it's
Nashville.
cool.
It's like NASCAR can't figure it out. They're like, oh, we're in Charlotte. Oh, but we got an office in New York City for some fucking reason. Oh, we also have an office in Daytona.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put one in Nashville now too. Like, I
Yeah.
could just see that happening. They're gonna end up in like Vegas as well.
Yeah, I could see Wilkesboro gets moved to like a regular schedule race. We take away a Richmond race, and then we put the All-Star at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
I like that.
Also,
that
I like that. I like
Let's
Take
get rid of
out
the
Roval.
Roval.
Take out Roval.
Get rid of the Roval. We have the
Championship
600 and then the championship at the end of the year.
I'm
Boom.
fine with that.
Boom.
I love that idea.
Boom.
And
Yeah,
you're
I gotta
back-
be honest.
You're back in
saw it on-
NASCAR City, like perfect.
I saw it on TikTok. What are they doing to the track? Because they're
Charlotte?
cutting up the track. Yes, for the Roval.
I don't know. Hopefully they're gonna fucking detonate it and send it out into the oblivion, so we don't have to have any more road course races.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
I want to go back to two oval Charlotte races, especially after the 600 this year.
Dude, fucking electric. That was 3 different races in
Me and
one.
Dakota were talking about, since we probably won't be able to get North Wilkesboro tickets. I don't know if y'all tried to get them.
I didn't even attempt. Like I
Fucking
knew it was gonna be.
flopped instantly.
I knew it was
I
gonna
was
be
on there
shit.
for over an hour.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking
Me and
atrocious.
Cody were on there forever.
Yeah,
trying to
Cody
figure
tried
that
too.
shit out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So me and Dakota were talking about the likelihood that we just don't get tickets to North Wilkesboro. But if that's the case, we're definitely going to be at the 600.
Yeah,
I do
we're
want
doing
to.
600.
Yeah, that'd be.
I've
cool.
done turned 600 into a yearly thing. It's
You,
definitely
yeah,
awesome.
you did. You were in the infield this year, weren't you?
Yeah, I've gone
Yeah.
the last 2 years. It's been amazing. Like I like the 600s turned into like that's a go-to race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially considering how good that fucking racing was this year. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
I
like
will
it.
never
cool.
forget that day of racing. It was
Yeah.
just
Beautiful.
watching the Monaco bullshit F1, whatever. And then getting to watch the Indy 500, which was a sick race, and then getting to watch the Coke 600. It was just such an excellent day of racing.
Are we gonna do the 500 again? Is this something like the 4 of us are like?
I'm gonna
Let's
do
do it.
500 probably every year till I die or until they go electric.
Yeah, I mean, we already got our tickets locked in.
Yeah,
Did
I
you?
mean, I already bought tickets.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can talk about after show. There you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we talked about everything. Anything else we should talk about? Bristol this weekend. The boys are back in town. We're gonna be fucking hanging out.
Yeah,
tailgating, motorboating. It's gonna be fucking sick, dude.
motorboat and Dalton's titties. Everybody stay tuned because we're definitely going to be doing a shit ton of content with.
Dom's got that dumpy boy.
So it's us, it's Chairgatin and LTC. Who is there any other podcasts that are going to be there?
Jared's
Jared.
coming from Anfield.
Jared's coming,
But Jared's kind of just like part of all the podcasts.
but you haven't got to meet him yet.
Yeah.
No, we haven't got to actually go to a race together.
You're gonna be
yet.
meeting a bunch of people this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Fuck yeah.
It seems
Oh,
like
Guap
everybody's
will be
gonna
there. Guap will be hanging with us too.
Big what?
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
Jake
yeah.
Guap.
Yeah, dude. all the alumni of the show, you get to finally meet in person.
Yeah, because it's
Bristol
always
does
me.
that.
It's always me and Dakota, and then we'll always meet up with Rob. He's at every fucking race.
I think he's already there in Bristol. I think he's been camping for like the past week.
When we were
He went there last week.
when we were at Darlington, and he was like, "All right, later, guys. I'm heading out to Bristol." And we were like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Tomorrow, I'm heading out to Bristol." At
I
Darlington.
like saw his Instagram and snaps, dude. Was just like flipping through and was like, "Holy fuck, this guy's
Yeah.
just like doing the damn
He
thing." out here in
literally
Bristol.
already made a schedule for the 2023 schedule of where he's going to go next year.
Tennessee sucks.
Fuck.
Tennessee football sucks,
Not this year.
dude.
Nah, shut the fuck up, Dalton. Don't say that yet.
Yeah,
Hey,
y'all
will
aren't-
Tennessee
y'all aren't
beat
good.
Alabama?
I hope.
No.
I mean, the real UT almost beat Alabama.
I mean, it depends what refs are working, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Fingers crossed on it.
Look at me
so-
watching college football.
There you go.
I know. Look at you.
I'm proud
Your
of you.
Bulldogs are doing well.
Oh, dude, Dakota's into college football now. We spent all Saturday watching college football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm college
yeah.
football right now.
He follows the dogs, man.
Yeah.
Did you get him
fuck-
into Houston yet?
Do what?
Has he been watching Houston football yet?
Yeah.
No,
the
I
team-
figured I didn't want him to like cause depression this early on into like his college football watching.
No, I was paying attention. I was paying last week. I was like, "How they doing? What's going
I
on?"
told you not to pay attention to that game.
Don't talk bad about Dana. Come on,
I
Dana's the
warned
man.
you. I warned you. Although, man, fuck Dana. I'm not gonna get there, man. I'm trying to stay calm. All right. I'm not gonna do it. I will say, they did have them cover the spread against Texas Tech, so that worked out in my favor.
Your tweets were
Anyway.
on fire.
To wrap it up, yep. Fuck the
The Volts, yeah. Fuck the Volts.
Chevy
fuck
Volts
Chevy
or the
Volts, yeah,
Volt?
dude.
Yep.
No Chevy Volts.
So anyway, let's just skip good, bad, and ugly because this week mostly was about Kyle Busch
I forgot about all that.
and
Good.
less about the racing.
The good and the bad. Kyle Busch, good going RCR, bad leaving Toyota.
Good, Kyle Busch. I'm his number one fan now. Bad,
Ooh.
Bubba Wallace cheating and pretending to get a win.
Ooh.
Good.
Just kidding.
Bristol
Just
coming
kidding.
this
That's gonna
weekend.
get clipped, by the way. I'm fucking kidding. He did not cheat.
Didn't say it.
Bad's the schedule.
Ooh, nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good. Kyle Busch going to RCR, and bad is a Toyota just fucking it all up this year.
Ooh,
Yep.
yeah. Should
I
we?
love it.
We never rated Kansas. Let's just rip it off the head. We'll just
Yeah,
do
let's-
this all last. Motorboat Dalton and Cody's boobs. By the way, Cody's mom makes a badass breakfast. We're gonna have breakfast. Saturday
Oh,
morning.
hell
dude.
yeah.
Cody's mom makes a badass breakfast.
I haven't met Cody's mom yet. I can't wait.
You're
You're
gonna smack the fuck
that's
out of
very
you.
unfortunate.
All right, Dakota. The last Kansas race, you gave an 8.6. I gave an 8.3. Just so you know.
I'm giving this one. Oh man, I'm giving this one 7-9.
Oh man, I was thinking right around that too. God damn it. Did y'all have ratings that you wanted to give while I think about this?
You just rip off the top of your head.
Yeah,
6-9. Has to be a 6-9. It's like not a 7, but it's like there.
Yeah, I went too high, honestly.
I'm doing 6-7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Dalton, are you like totally like
Um,
once this happens, are you just like, yeah, fuck Toyota? Or are you
so
just
anyway, Dakota.
Yeah, I'm hopping on the damn Demchin Toyotas bandwagon.
wow, listen, I'm just bantering while you're fucking thinking your shitty score.
All right, I'm actually gonna go with Ivan. I'm gonna go 7-1.
Okay. Yeah, I think I went too high.
I think it's
redirect.
I think it's just barely within 7. I do like Kansas. So
I think I'm gonna redirect to a 7-6.
The spring was
It's about
better.
mid. It's about
Dude,
mid.
I'm too
yeah.
old to me. I can't even talk about this. Let's just jump right into Bristol picks. Underdog. I am gonna fucking. Oh man, underdog.
Oh yeah, so just so y'all know, because it's in the playoffs, how underdog picks works now is anybody just not in the playoffs you can select.
That's what we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Wait,
glad to know
Coop,
y'all
you got
copy
a
us. Cool.
sister? Coop, you got a sister?
I don't have a sister.
Oh. Dude, yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into my underdog pick, and I'm gonna pick Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ricky Stenhouse
Ricky.
Jr. Okay.
He's good at Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, don't sleep on that boy. He's up there sometimes.
Right. Yeah, because he will wreck anybody in his way.
Hey,
Yeah, dude.
which is what you got to do at Bristol. I'm not.
mess with the
talking
blue,
shit.
get the horns.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit. I'm saying like his style actually is conducive for this track. Coop, what do you got?
Chris Buescher is the underdog.
Oh, fuck you. That was mine.
Dude,
Yeah.
I picked it Monday. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Rattlesnake, go first.
Eric Jones.
Ooh, now that boy.
But he's got to win.
You
Yeah,
what?
but he's not in the playoffs, dude. We said playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, we said
So
anyone not
do-
in the playoffs.
We do winners.
Oh no. We just do non-playoffs
okay.
once the playoffs start. So it's anybody that's just not in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he finished like top 10 here last time they were here, I think, right? Pretty sure.
At the night?
Eric Jones, I don't remember. I don't know.
Pretty sure he
I-
got a top 10 here.
I
Anyway,
don't
whatever.
remember,
Go on.
Oh shit, you fuckers took all mine. Damn it.
Well, I tried to let you go and you went last.
I mean, Bubba's probably a good bet too.
I might just roll with him, to be honest with you.
yeah. No, he's not in the playoffs. 100%. Good pick. Dakota playoff pick. Who do you got?
God damn it. You know what?
This one's almost more tough, it seems like.
You know what? Ride or die. We're going out in a blaze of glory, and I'm picking the 4 car to just go out and fucking kick ass. Back against the wall, the 10-second fucking bell, fucking swinging for the fences.
I like it. Good for you, man. Ride with your boy.
Got to.
Coop.
I feel like it's got to happen. I think Chase gets into some shit. He's going to do it with Larson. I really think Denny and Ross are going to get into it. I feel like
Eric
guys
Jones
are just going to
finished
start
8th last year.
battling back and forth. But I feel like Kevin's going to stay clean. Kevin's going to come out and get that win, kind of move on and just like dust it off. All right, the
So you're
sweat's
just-
off. We're good.
You're just rolling with Dakota's pick, huh?
I feel like you have to. You can't bet against Kev.
Boo.
Oh boy.
Dalton, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I have one.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the guy who knows a thing or two about winning the Bristol night race. I'm doing Denny Hamlin.
I thought you were gonna say 18.
It's too risky. It's too risky.
You said it. No, those things or 2, and I was like, oh, he's picking 18.
Well, yes, Denny has like 2 night race wins, so I'd roll with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Austin Dillon, just hoping that me saying that and putting it out into the universe might have some kind of effect
We're just
on
shooting for
him.
flips
Just
now.
please, God, just fucking win.
Please,
Just
Jesus.
win.
Are you going all out? Are you doing just like Dylan drip the fuck out?
We'll see. Are you talking about at the race?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be wearing a fucking hoodie because it's gonna be like 55 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be bringing so much like.
I am
different
so
stuff
fucking
attention
stoked
to.
about the weather. I've been looking at the weather all week, dude. It is gonna be fucking
Beautiful.
mint condition Tennessee mountains.
Man, I know this morning on the beach it was like chilly. I was thinking about it too. Even my wife was like, "This is how the mountains might feel," and I was like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Dude, it's gonna be so
I was in a light
nice.
jacket, like, oof.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to see you boys. This weekend's gonna be fucking
Yes, sir.
Oh, Bristol, baby. It's Bristol.
Dude,
That's
it's
the way I-
65 here right now. 65 and comfy. Like,
Damn, it's 65 degrees outside.
yeah, dude.
That's perfect.
That's so perfect. Fuck, that's
The
like
low-
that's like,
the low Saturday is like 55.
dude, 65
dude.
is like a nice fire pit outside kind of weather.
Oh god.
And that's how it's going to be at Cody's, man.
What do
We're
you
going to
mean
light
no?
a fire. Like, we're going to like.
It's 65, dude. It's not 85. What's wrong with you, you pussy?
65. I'm thinking like 45, 55 is bonfire.
Ugh! 45? Dude, that's like freezing cold.
That's like nippy. Yeah, that's nippy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's legit near like snowing. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know
like
what
long
the fuck
sleeve
is wrong
shirt,
with you.
flannel, hoodie weather, you know?
Yeah, 65.
Look, Saturday, the low 56, high 83. That is
You're out of your mind, dude. 65 is flannel weather. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Dude, I woke up today and I had a long sleeve on, like going to work, and like it felt comfy. Like I wasn't hot, it wasn't cold. Like it was just like, all right, this
What
is
the
Yeah,
fuck,
it-
man?
With
Yeah,
one kid, married with one kid, and Dakota's married with 2. So yes, we are dads.
This is the dad podcast.
Yeah,
for-
this is the dad pod for sure.
I mean, I'm Coop Daddy. Like,
Hey,
I'm not a dad, so
Dalton's got kids we don't even know about.
you got Papa
Oh,
Dick now.
shit.
You got Papa Dick as your owner. Come on.
yeah.
Anything above 70 is too warm. Jesus, dude. Some people are fucking weather.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Y'all are so dumb about weather. All right.
That'll
Well,
do it.
thank you both for coming on. We knew
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
Kyle Busch thing, we knew y'all have been doing a lot of shows this week, but we figured that you were the two guys we wanted on for it. So
Appreciate you.
Well,
Thank
we
you
appreciate
much.
you. Yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
And
yeah,
can't wait to see y'all
yeah.
this weekend. And
Yeah.
everybody stay tuned. Look out for the content. We'll have a bunch of stuff coming out. We say it's going to come out this weekend. Really, it's going to come out like Tuesday when we finally wake up
dude.
from the weekend and can put shit
That's
together.
true.
Let's
That
just
is
be
true.
real. All right. Thanks for stopping by. See y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.